He heard my cry. I'ma serve him until I die.
Gotta sing it.
You hum when I sing. Well, well, well. Hey, 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 sir.
All right, hello, I'm Keith Boyd. I'm here for another episode of what we call Fireside Chat here at our leader Fatima. And today we're interviewing Mr. John Bolling. And before I get started, I want to give a little introduction, tell you a little bit about Mr. Bolling here. Now, he was married for 52 years before his beautiful bride passed away. It's been about 8 or 9 months ago. So he's married for 52 years. They have 3 kids, 6 grandkids. Very active in the church. Been in the choir for I don't know how long. Like I just say forever. He's been in the choir. He did back in the day the fish fries at the church. He did the bingo, the bazaars. Remember those bazaar days and all the bazaars at Fatima? Coached at the school. Basically, he participated in a lot, whatever was going on. So I want to say, welcome, Mr. Bolling.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Bolling, thank you for sitting down and taking the time. And I must point out, where we're sitting right here is where he sits every Sunday. And so he and his wife sit right here in this pew. So if somebody else is in this pew, something wrong. Now, we don't have names on the pews, but we really do. They might be in invisible ink, but this is his spot right here. Now, before I start, I want to ask you, how true is it that you attend 11 o'clock mass, pretty much, right? So I'm hearing that you come to church about an hour and a half before mass. Is that true? And if that's true, why do you do that?
Well, what me and my wife used to do, we get up early, used to go to Hardee's.
Go to Hardee's.
The steak biscuits, she loved that little coffee. And we'll talk, and we come early to mass. We sit and talk. I just always been all my life on time.
On time.
Early.
That's early.
That's been late.
So Hardee's was the regular stop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Until somebody invited me to the church breakfast every first Sunday. And I started coming.
Oh, you started coming to the breakfast every first Sunday?
Yes.
Okay.
Just started.
Now, before your wife, she got ill, and she needed assistance getting around. We all know that used to seeing you guys. Now, Mr. Bolling, it seems like you never really missed a beat. You guys were everywhere. People say they can't go. I can't do this. I can't. Mr. Bolling, how did you do that?
My prayers asked God. I know condition my wife legally blind. I asked God to let me be able. I was sick myself, be able to take care of my wife. And the reason I was so faithful to her, I was working at USX. I got laid off for 5 years. My wife told me to stay at home. I didn't have to work. She was a manager at South Central Bell.
She was a manager at
Controller,
South Central
yeah,
Bell.
controller.
Okay.
And she told me I didn't have to work no. So I told her I'd never forget that. When I got back up, she was down, so I was able to retire her at the age of 40.
Okay. So you basically you would have done it regardless, but she took care of you, and you remember that. So because you were there all the time. We sort of joke like, people say they can't do things, but look at Mr. Bolling.
Yeah,
you can. You got to make that decision, don't you? Well, you definitely did.
We complement each other. Like I told her when I met her, I would never embarrass her in the street. She would never do the same with me. I want you to know if I don't do it, I won't have nobody else to do it. So I always ask God to let me take care of her.
Now,
and God did.
Now, I never really knew this, but was your wife, was she a trained opera singer, or was she just gifted like that. I mean, because she sing operatic. That Ave Maria.
Maria, Grazia, Plena. Maria, Grazia, Plena. Ave, Ave, Dominus, Dominus, Tecum.
Oh my goodness! So was she trained, or is it just natural?
My wife, like I said, I met her in the old neighborhood in North Birmingham, Evergreen Bar, my grandmama.
Okay.
And I was about 6, 7 years old. We just sing, me and her, up on the street light.
Under the street.
I was looking at it. And anyway, long story short, my wife was one of the first black at Birmingham South. They toured the countries. She did the same singing. Sometimes she had her own, shows, especially during Christmas time.
So she okay.
Yeah, she had a very her voice.
So
Always had a beautiful
So we
voice.
finding out it started under a street light.
A street light.
bottom section of Birmingham. That's what you tell us, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Evergreen Bottom.
Now, when you guys got down, even yourself, there was a period of time when you got down and you guys couldn't really get around as much as you liked, but you always made the church. Now, where we're sitting right here, the choir is completely on the other side of the church. And what I loved is when they would bring the mic over here and you and your wife would sing. So why did you guys do that? You just wanted to continue to participate? Tell me about that.
That's when we wanted to continue to participate. Like I used to tell Sean, I'm still in the choir. She was some of the first one that we sing up in the balcony. Miss June Taylor.
Okay.
That was she was doing. So
All right.
we just felt like doing things that I know God will be pleased.
Makes you feel
And by
good.
me serving God, they helped me.
Okay.
Me and my wife.
Okay. Now that's a beautiful thing every time we see it. Now, the first time I tell you that I was in the back, because you know I usher, right? And I heard you sing. And I kept looking to the left. And I said, I don't see Mr. Bolling, because you was over here with the mic. So I just remember that. Now, I want to go back a little bit in time, okay? Just a little bit now. Mr. Bolling, back when you were a young boy, a young man, having witnessed segregation and the civil rights era, tell me about that, and how did it impact you? Tell us a little bit about that.
Now, I can tell you when I first got hired, we hired college students at the time. It was a U.S. Steel. They were only dealing with steel. We got hired and I saw they had water fountain for black, water fountain for whites. And one particular time, a couple of us young freshmen in college, I worked a lot of jobs at U.S. Steel. I started out in Ensley, rail mill. And we was on the switchman down a long way. We had to feel hot. We were thirsty, didn't have no water. So me 3 or 4 guys went in there and said, oh, y'all supposed to be in here. Your little shack. Young guy looked at a couple of guys, they dead now. We gonna drink some water. We thirsty.
Yeah.
So that's we started drinking here. They had a certain line of promotion for blacks, line of promotion for whites. I can go along all day talking about that, but we experienced a lot then. And so when the black guy got to drive the engines, and the white guy, they started pissing in the coolers. That's why the government came up with aluminum can. They were steel can.
That's why they started that?
That's why we started at the end. I don't know what
Yeah,
started.
okay, gotcha.
But I remember in the rail mill in Ensley, they came up with some steel cans of water. Because when the guys started driving the engine, they didn't want them. But eventually, as the civil rights went on, and there's a lot of things in it.
So you, during that period of time, you just stayed strong. Because I always reference back to those that were before me about how would my generation act?
Well-
They said, well, you were there, you would probably do the same thing. I just don't know.
Well-
So how were you
You
able to?
know, I came up on a lot of guys, older guys than I was, and some of them old sisters. I was a Baptist. You know, they don't do what you think Jesus do or God. That would probably kept me strong on a lot of things. I was mad on certain
Okay,
things.
there we go.
It's just like I did a lot of jobs there. God been blessed me. Like I said, I was a car man. Had an older white guy. He was called shipper. He was just writing, and all he did is stood and work. But he was lazy. Not only I did my job.
You did his too?
Boy, you think you could do this right? I don't know. I don't know if I can. I don't need no rocket science to just write the barcode number, how many rails to put in the car.
Yeah.
So I learned that job back because he would like to go sleep. He was going to drink beer. I learned I was doing my job, his
So
job.
you learned in the
So when the
process.
time came out that it opened for blacks to get these jobs.
You was ready.
Oh, boy, I know it. No, I ain't leave you a good man. I ain't gonna leave you all in my head. Hey, as quick as I go. And there's a lot of older black guys they got mad at you. You gonna do it because they didn't know the job.
Didn't know it.
Didn't know it.
Well,
But
you had been doing 2 jobs.
I went to the top while I was in Inns. Then we got that when we got laid off.
Now let me tell you, you recently told me this story. Would you please share the story about where you were and why you were there, and you had to save your roommate's
Okay.
life?
When I graduated from high school, I joined the Job Corps. And the ones that didn't graduate from high school, they got their diploma. And the ones that graduated, they sent us called Clearfield Institute, that's state of Utah.
State of Utah.
My roommate was a white guy named Joe Ferguson from Mississippi. And we were cooking and we were cooking and everything, got to be real close. And saying thing, then I was up there the day Martin Luther King got killed.
The day he was assassinated. Martin Luther King assassination.
They went on a rampage, throwing trash to halls and everything, and cutting up there. And some of the Mexicans.
Did you say cutting?
Cutting up. Someone got shot.
Okay.
Mexicans and some of the black went on the rampage. Then I get to my mind, they knew Joe Ferguson was my room, but they wanted to come in there and hurt him. I was trembling, sweat popping off him. Please don't get wrong. This boy did nothing for him. So I begged them.
You begged them because they were trying to
They
attack
come
your
in there and
roommate.
attack him. Yeah, they gonna come in there, hurt him, kill him, whatever they gonna do to him. But some kind of way, God, like I say, God killed him. I prayed. I'm shaking, he's shaking, but they didn't come in.
Thank goodness Joe had you for a roommate then, right?
But this boy did tell us. We had what it calls. I was in a psychology class called Garden Pad. We had to tell our personal feelings and discuss what this boy told me that his daddy was a big time deacon at their church. But when he walked out of there, he got in his trunk and put his Ku Klux uniform on. I guess it.
Wow.
But I told him our parents taught us to love everybody.
Now we're supposed to treat everyone with the utmost dignity and
That's what we
respect,
did.
and it's what you always done about all my time of knowing you.
I'm perfect, but
But let me ask you, how is it that you're Catholic? You converted,
I
right?
tell you,
After you got
and
married.
the
So
reason
tell me
I-
about your
The reason I
Catholicism.
converted from Baptist, it felt like home, family. Everybody treated us with, and they come here and like I'm taking the body and blood of Jesus Christ. And I tell you what, this time I went to every station of the cross, and like I walked through there, I guess what I went through, the sickness, like I walked through what Jesus did to Jesus. The man didn't do nothing.
That's what the Stations of the Cross
Right,
is about.
yeah.
The journey.
Yeah, they still, nobody know I tried to hide it. Coming out as they went through each station. Looked like I walked with a window. And I thank him, God, for getting son that died for, like I was telling kids at Fatima. Mr. Bolling, God came to save a sinner like Mr. Bolling. Mr. Bolling, you ain't do that. I said, God came to save, he can't save the righteous. He came to save a sinner like Mr.
He
Bolling.
saved a sinner.
If somebody come tell you they didn't, I used to tell them kids at Fatima, run away from them because they lying. And so That's why.
See, when you recognize that, that's something for a good message for me personally. When you recognize that, then you know the path that you have to stay on.
I'm in the right church.
So that's beautiful.
And another reason, named Bill Taylor. When I got laid off in 5 years from him, I ended up in the pipe mill. He went to Father Christ. Hey, they got a young man, got some 2 boys, he needs some work around here. That's when I did. I roofed the church.
Okay.
I roofed the church, come down back with Father Christ, bought me 2x4 across the whole church. It didn't leak for about 10 years.
You did it.
Yeah,
you physically did it.
Yeah, I roofed the church. It made like,
Yeah, I know.
I put a design some over,
But see now I didn't know that, right? See when we say you did a little everything in the church, I wasn't thinking about that.
All this, yeah. That paneling there, I put all that paneling up there. I put all the cabinets in each classroom according to what the teacher taught. It was a 5th grade now. I put angels all on the cabinet. They in there now.
Wow.
I built that concession stand.
You built all that?
Yeah, I built a concession stand. They're gonna tear it down for the
They're about to do some remodeling. Now I'm gonna go back. In the introduction, I talked about you know, being a coach and the fish fry. Did you start the fish fries, or were you part of that? You started the fish fries.
Well, I know I started the fish fries.
You was in the fish fries. See,
we made big profit.
See what you're sharing with us. This is history. I had no clue that you did all the physical things as well, and we blessed to have someone like you, and doing what you did and still doing. So let me ask you, as we kind of go toward our closing, what's your message, Mr. Bolling, to those coming behind
My
you?
message,
What's your message?
Just Fatima in the world. Whatever you do, put God first. And everything, and go to God and talk to Him. Not only just ask God for things, thank Him. Ooh, it is thank. You can't thank God enough. Like I tell somebody, they haven't made a word in a dictionary to describe God.
Oh wow.
We just know what to use. But you thank God, send the praise to God. And while you're in this world, try to help somebody. My prayer, Lord, don't let me intentionally treat nobody. And while I'm in this world, let me help somebody. God did everything I asked Him to do.
Well, that's what you always present. You know, when I
That's my
see it, and he's a member of the Knights, Peter Claver, he's there, and I gotta put this in there. When his wife was sick, he come to the meetings at Peter Claver, come in, sit down, join everybody, and she's out in the truck. He makes sure she's eating, the air is on, whatever, because he wanted to be by her side. Now that's what I say is true love and dedication. So I just want to thank you. We want to thank you for sitting down and being with us here today. I think this history is extraordinary. And, you know, there's something that I always say in party, Mr. Bolling. You know, what we do today becomes tomorrow memories.
Amen.
So let's make it good, okay? Well, thank you, Mr. Bolling.
Thank you.
Now let me ask you, just is there any way you can sing a bar or something? Can you hum something out? Just, you know, can you do that for us?
Which one? Oh, He's on time, God. Yes, He is. Joseph, He's on time, God. Yes, He is. Joseph, He may not come when you want Him, but He'll be right there on time. Cause He's an on time God. Yes, He is.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Bolling. Thank you.
Yeah, thank y'all.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Oh,
All right.
According to your Amen.